Hello friends. In this session we will discuss about culture methods. Culture methods means different ways of cultivating bacteria. Bacteria can be grown on petri dishes, and after growing them on petri dishes and liquid media also, we can do various kinds of tests on them. Biochemical tests can be performed on the bacteria, and on the basis of all these tests and investigations, we can come to a conclusion that the isolated organism is this particular organism. So for doing culture of bacteria, there are two methods. You can either use a straight wire or you can use a loop wire. Both these means are used for inoculation of bacteria. Straight wire has a straight end, a wire with a straight end, and a loop has a round circular end, right? Why do we isolate bacteria? We culture them because to identify them for diagnostic purposes, for research purposes, for preparing vaccines and all, for to studying different properties of bacteria, to estimate the quantity of bacteria, etc. For different purposes we need to grow them. After we have grown them, then we can do further investigations on them for our research purposes. There are different types of inoculation of bacteria: streak culture, stroke culture, lawn culture, stab culture, pore plate culture, liquid culture, and anaerobic culture. The first one is streak culture. In streak culture, we take a petri dish, then we take a loop and we sterilize the loop in Bunsen burner, red hot, and after it has cooled down a little bit, then we will put the loop in the liquid broth in which the organism is there, and from there we will take the loop and then we will make a small well on one side of the petri dish. If we are taking from the liquid broth, then we dip the loop there, and if it is from a solid medium, then you just gently touch the loop on the edge of the colony, and then from there you take it for a subculture purpose. So after making a well on the petri dish, then from the well 3 to 4 lines are taken out. 3 to 4 lines of inoculation are done from the well, as you can see in this figure. Then from the end of these 3 to 4 lines, again 3 to 4 lines are created, inoculation lines, and from the end of this second set of lines, again third set of inoculation lines is generated, and from that third set a fourth set is generated. This way the entire petri dish gets filled up with the organism. At every step, after every step, means after the well we do one set of streaks, then after every step we sterilize the loop again in the Bunsen burner, and then we use it for doing further streaks, so that the number of organisms keeps reducing after every step, because we sterilize the loop, so the previous load of organisms is eliminated, and from the end of the lines new lines are created, and the number of organisms is reduced in the subsequent lines. So by the time we reach the end of the inoculation, we will be able to have pure isolated colonies of the bacteria in the petri dish. So the journey begins from the well, and from the well it moves in a circular manner, and it ends up at some point where you get isolated colonies of bacteria. This is done on the petri dish. So this method of inoculation is known as streak method. What are the advantages of streak method? It is a routine method employed for culture. In isolated colonies can be obtained for identification of bacteria. Pure culture can be obtained from the clinical specimen. Next method is stroke method. In stroke method, you take a tube which has agar slant. A tube with agar slope is there, and in this tube with agar slope, at the bottom of the agar slope you make a well of the organism, and from the well then you do zigzag streaking along the agar slope till the top, right? So at the most bottom there is a well, and from the well there is zigzag lines of inoculation till the top of the medium, and this kind of inoculation is known as stroke medium. So stroke culture is done on agar slants, and stroke culture is used on nutrient agar slope commonly to obtain pure culture for slide agglutination and other biochemical reactions, then to maintain stock cultures. Then comes lawn culture. Lawn culture means to prepare a lawn of the bacteria on the petri dish. For preparing a lawn culture, we take a broth of the organism, and we pour that broth on the surface of the petri dish, on the surface of the medium in the petri dish, and after having poured that broth on the medium, we allow the broth to have touched the entire surface of the medium, means to have rotated on the entire medium. And after having rotated the broth on the entire medium, then the excess broth is drained off. And now since the broth had come in contact with the entire surface of the medium, the bacteria are there on all the areas in the entire medium. And next day, means after 24 hours of inoculation, when you see the plate will have a lawn of bacteria, means it will have like a carpet of bacteria in the entire petri dish. This kind of culture is known as lawn culture. Lawn culture is used for some purposes, like for antibiotic sensitivity testing. So when we want an antibiotic sensitivity testing to be done, we will prepare a lawn culture, and then we will put antibiotic disc on the surface of the petri dish, on the surface of the media. And after 24 hours, when we see, then there will be a lawn in the entire petri dish, but the area where the drug is effective against the microbe, in that much area surrounding the drug, there will not be any growth of the bacteria. So some portion of the lawn is missing around the drug. That is because the drug is effective against that microbe. So this way we use it for antibiotic sensitivity testing purpose. Here you can see the petri dish, a lawn culture is done. And for preparing a lawn culture, there are two methods. One method is that it is poured, the medium is flooded, right? And there is another method in which we can do streaking, continuous streaking on the medium 3 times at 60 degrees angles, and 3 times continuous streaking over the entire medium at 60 degrees angle will lead to the entire surface being covered by the microbe. So that way also we can create a lawn culture, and even by pouring the liquid we can do a lawn culture. It can be used for bacteriophage typing also. Then there comes stab culture. In stab culture, you take a medium in the test tube, and in the medium inside the agar, you take a straight wire in which we have taken the bacteria, the inoculum has been taken, and that straight wire we will stab in the medium. And this kind of medium is generally a semi-solid medium. And after we have stabbed the medium, the bacteria will grow along the entire line of stabbing. And if bacteria are non-motile, they will grow only along the stabbing line. But bacteria, if they are motile, they will grow in the adjacent areas also along with the stabbing line. So to identify motile bacteria, we can use this method. Here you can see that this is a semi-solid medium. In one test tube, the bacteria have grown only along the stabbing line, and in one test tube they have grown in the adjacent areas as well. So those which have grown in the adjacent areas also, they are actually motile bacteria, so they have moved in other areas in the medium. And those which do not spread, they are non-motile bacteria. You can use this method for gelatin liquefaction for demonstration of bacterial motility. Then pour plate culture method. In pour plate culture method, we take the molten agar which is hot after autoclaving, and which we pour in the petri dish for solidification, for preparing the solid media. In that molten agar, we add the liquid broth of the organism. So the broth is added at the very inception, during the very making of the petri dish. So in that liquid solution of the medium, we add the liquid of the organism and we mix it properly. Then we pour that medium on the petri dish. Then we allow it to dry, and then it solidifies. Then the media is prepared, the solid medium is prepared. But now the solid medium has been prepared with liquid mixed in it, the liquid containing the microbe. So when you incubate this solid medium, incubate this petri dish for 24 hours in the incubator, then you will be able to see growth of bacteria all along the medium, on the surface, in the between, at the bottom of the medium. So throughout the medium there will be bacteria grown, because we had mixed the liquid of the organism with the liquid of the medium. So this kind of method is known as pore plate method. This method is used for estimation of viable bacterial count. Then you can use liquid culture. Liquid culture is used when for various biochemical tests. It is used for providing stock of organism. It is used for bacterial blood culture. It is used for large production of microbes. Then comes anaerobic culture. Anaerobic culture is done for growing anaerobic bacteria, and there are different methods by which anaerobiosis is achieved. You have to remove oxygen for making an anaerobic environment. So how that is done? So one is by production of vacuum. If vacuum is created, oxygen will be removed. Second is by displacement of oxygen by inert gases like hydrogen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide. Third is by displacement and combustion of oxygen like in Macintosh and Fields jar. Fourth is absorption of oxygen by some chemicals or biological methods. Chemical methods like pyrogallol, chromium and sulfuric acids. Then gas pack is another method. Then biological methods like incubation of aerobic organisms along with the anaerobic, so that the aerobic ones will utilize all the oxygen and oxygen free medium will be made, which will help the growth of the anaerobes. Then you can also create by using reducing agents like glucose, thioglycolate and cooked meat pieces. Example, Robertson cooked meat medium. So by different methods you can create an environment where oxygen is deficient, and when the oxygen becomes deficient, then anaerobiosis is created, and then anaerobic bacteria can be grown. So these different methods are used for creating an anaerobic environment for growing anaerobic bacteria. With this we end this session. Thank you.